Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In the background you can see Lake Chuzenji. And we cycled all the way from Nikko station to Lake Chuzenji, which is about 20 kilometers. I'm dead right now. It was uphill for 20 kilometers, for about 20 kilometers. And it was so hard when we finally arrived. I'm so happy about it. By the way, so Lake Chuzenji has actually a very special place in our heart because 2 years ago we got engaged on the other side of the lake. Here 2 years ago. We also visited before we got married last year, and now for 1 year anniversary we're back here. So for our anniversary we didn't really do anything fancy. We just planned 2 trips in October. So one was to Gunma Prefecture. We took our tent and we went to a camping site somewhere in Gunma Prefecture to barbecue together, just take it easy and everything. But we forgot our barbecue, and we got all this food, meat and fish and all this kind of vegetables, so we had to barbecue. So we just decided to make our own. And Takera was so excited about it. We had all these stones which we piled up, and we just used sticks that we could find to do the cooking and everything. And everything had a slightly burnt taste, but it was still very fun. And then the trip I liked the most was the one to Kamikochi. We climbed the 3rd highest mountain in Japan. We started our journey at Kamikochi, a remote mountainous highland valley located in the Northern Alps.
あいげちゃん、奥穂高どこでなんだろう。俺は思うんだけど、多分ここら辺な気がするんだよね。やべ、ここら辺。こっちではない気がする。
The only way to get there is by bus, because there are no private vehicles allowed. We arrived at 4 in the morning to catch the first bus, and I was so surprised that there were already so many people around. The bus was packed with hikers, and everyone was wearing rain gear because it was pouring rain that day.
めっちゃ雨降ってんぜ。
But we were prepared. We had Gore-Tex rain gear, we bought waterproof covers for our backpacks, we had it all. We crossed bridges and a lot of lodges along the trail while it was still raining, and then gradually the weather started clearing up and we were able to witness the first sun rays, which was such a wonderful moment.
これ行くぜ。どこだ今。ここか。ここからおいおいおいおい、ここまで来て、ここから。
We took our first break along a river, which was such a nice spot. From there, the trail got really steep and rocky, so it was quite hard with a 10 and 20 kilo backpack. We were so lucky the weather changed, because I wouldn't be able to survive this part while it was still pouring rain. The weather completely changed and it became kind of hot and the sky cleared up completely, so we were able to see the surrounding mountains for the first time, which was such a reward. From the moment we spotted the mountain lodges, the famous lodges at base camp, we were like, yes, we're going to reach base camp in another 15 minutes or so. But from that moment, it took us more than an hour. We just kept on climbing and climbing, and it felt like we weren't getting any closer, but then we finally arrived. At that moment, it felt like the best moment of my life. camping site was totally different to what I expected. It was basically a camping site on rocks. Once arrived, we had to build our tent very quickly as temperatures can drop very fastly when the sun hides behind the mountains, and you don't want to be out there with no shelter at all. So this is our little area, and this is our kitchen / living room, and we put our tent right here. And we have our gas burner. This is our little water bulk. And over here, let me show you inside our tent. Ta-da! So it's just big enough for two. It's actually a really light tent. I really like it. It's the Montbel Stella Rich 2. At the mountain lodge, we were able to buy food, which we didn't do. We brought our own food. You can also buy drinks, use the washroom, use water, which is meltwater from the surrounding mountain peaks. We had to walk for a few minutes to reach the lodge, so every time we needed water, we filled up our water bag so we didn't end up going back and forward all the time to get water. And by the way, there are no showers available.
Maikeちゃんと唐沢でランチ、3時のランチ。タイヤもいなくなった。タイヤもいなくなった。すげえいい景色。今日は味噌ラーメン。ご飯の準備。今日のご飯何？
モンベルで買った200グラムのご飯とビーフシチューを買っちゃったと、私は同じくでも鶏肉のカレー。
あ、めっちゃいい匂い。
上にペロペロペロペロペロペロペロペロペロ。As soon as the sun went down, it was so cold, but the sunset was insanely beautiful. At night, everyone was wearing headlights, and everyone looked like a bunch of fireflies under a beautiful starry sky.
はい。はい、マイケちゃん。もう寝るぜ。
電気消そうか。And then there were the morning views from our tent. On the second day, we climbed one of the surrounding peaks, Mount Okuhodaka, 3,190 meters above sea level. Takeda told me it was only going to take 1 hour and a half to reach the top, but it turned out to be a 7 or 8 hour round trip. I didn't feel like we were making progress while climbing, but when I looked down in the direction of base camp, I could see it getting smaller and smaller, which was so beautiful to see.
あんなちっちゃく見える。
2,900 meters, there was a mountain lodge, and we took a break there like everyone else did. It was such a beautiful spot, and we also went to take a look inside because I've never stayed over at a mountain lodge before. It was so cozy inside, and the whole lodge is made out of wood, and the whole atmosphere was just so nice. But from here, the real deal started. Suddenly we had to climb this really steep cliff, and it also got very cold, probably because of the altitude. So when I looked down, I just hoped that this steep part would be over soon. Once the scary part was over, we walked on the ridge of the mountains to one of the highest peaks in Japan, with amazing views on the way.
Gendarme とかいうやべえやつ。
We took another break, and the view was so nice that Takeda decided to post his first Instagram stories ever. And then we made it! It was really busy close to the summit, and everyone was lighting up to get a picture at the top with the little shrine. There was also a rescue operation going on at the Gendarme, one of the surrounding mountains, which is known for being quite dangerous to climb. As our journey took us about 7 to 8 hours, we were unable to make it to Kamikochi that same day, so we ended up spending another day at base camp. This mountain in Japan, and we're about to head back to our base camp where our tent is, so you can't really see. ここにもキャンプ場があるんだけど、ちょっと荷物をここまで持ってくるの大変すぎるんだよね。ずーっとこうピヨーン。And then it was time to break down our tents and go back home. It was quite a long journey to get from base camp to Kamikochi bus station, and you know what? It started raining when we arrived at the bus station.
I am searching high, I'm searching low in the night. Ooh, does she know that we bleed the same?